Hey guys, welcome back to our Miami University Redhawks Dynasty. We are sitting currently at 4-5 in the regular season, 3-2 in conference play. In the MAC conference, we're sitting at 5th place and a couple more wins away from maybe having a chance to be able to fight for the MAC championship. The season definitely didn't start as we wanted it to, and we only won 2 games out of our first 7. But we've won our last 2 in a nice fashion, and we're trying to continue that for a 3-game win streak against the Golden Flashes. Another reason why it'll be so important is because we have a 4-star wide receiver Tony Purdom, 4-star run support Jalil Reshad, free safety, and the athlete agile center Alani Ursua, all coming to the game against them. And guys, this is one of the first times we've actually been a higher rated team than the opponent that we're playing against. Kent State comes in 3-6 on the season. They are not doing so hot, but neither are we. So can we continue to get our win streak going? As we are just now set to be underway here in Oxford, Tommy Ulatowski is the quarterback for Kent State that we'll be going up against. I'm actually a pretty decent fan of those helmets at Kent State. They're actually not too shabby, I feel like, as they're going to just dump it off on the flat immediately, and they get about 5 yards to the running back. I definitely know this Kent State team has some serious speed at multiple positions, so it's going to be something important for us to try to keep them in front of us, because their speed is going to be enough that it's going to make it very difficult to not let up big scores. Ideally, we try to run a lot of man coverage, but I don't know how realistic that's going to be against the amount of speed that they have, since we don't have that speed here in Miami at this current point. Maybe someday we will, but as of right yet, not currently, as he's going to try us deep, and it's going to be almost intercepted. Michael Yarbrough. Really, really good play from Michael Yarbrough to knock that pass down and force the incompletion, and that time he's just going to get leveled from Ty Wise, but he will hold on. Definitely not ideal that they're just moving the ball at will right now. Throwing that one, and it's almost, and it is intercepted. What a play off the tip. It is going to be a huge turnover. T.J. Rush getting an interception off of the deflection, and that's a huge play for this Miami defense. That is where work ethic and the time in practice pays off, with a huge play from T.J. Rush. So Brett Gabbert to come out on offense now, and he's just going to cut backfield on the run to Keon Mozzie. Not sure how much I like that run. Only got 4 yards out of it. Probably should have tried to push that one outside, but instead we'll just get a handful. Trying to run up the middle, and down goes a player from Kent State. We're only going to get a few yards, and a 3rd and 3 will be coming up. This offense has had its ups and downs. Sometimes it's moving the ball down the field at will, and other times it's barely even struggling to do anything. With Cade McDonald getting to the outside, and he stiff arms his way down to the 30. Cade McDonald with a fantastic play off the jet touch pass. 1st down and 10. Scrolling out of the pocket, throws a perfect strike out to Cold Iron, and Cold Iron's going to get his way down to the 6. On a fantastic play action pass, he scrolls out, and Brett Gabbert hits him right in stride. Brett Gabbert looking pretty good so far, as it'll be 1st and goal. Run up the middle, wide open lane for Keon Mozzie, and they're on the board to start early, as it's going to be 7-0 Redhawks. Have we found finally an offense that works for us? Sometimes it just takes a while to kind of figure out an offensive scheme and figure out what the playbook is and what the coordinator wants from you guys. We just don't ideally like it taking, 10 games to get to that point? So they're going to try to just throw it quick, and wow, the speed is so crazy. It is very, very difficult to keep up with this level of speed. I'll tell you that much. They're going to run it to, wow, he's going to break the tackle. The no-huddle onslaught is continuing. Red Hawk defensive players definitely getting tired. You can tell that for sure, as that's an errant throw. We'll take it. Allows us to get a little bit of a break. We'll go with a little bit of a pass commit, we assume. So we'll try to hit him hard, and he's going to jump over a defender and gets the 1st. We tried pretty much all we could on that play, but it just didn't work out. And then they're going to drop back and throw the wheel route, and it's wide open down the sideline, and he's finally knocked out at the 2. Can we stay in front of him? Somebody stay there. Good. He'll just throw it out of bounds. 2nd down and goal. Will it be a run? And what a play from Matt Slopek. What a play from Matt Slopek. You see number 15 there in the linebacker spot. He just literally leaps in the air through the gap to be able to get that tackle so Gavin Garcia can't get in. What a play. All right, well, it's 3rd and goal now. Let's see what happens. Throwing it quick, and it is caught for the touchdown. Wow, we tried to have everybody play inside and press them up, but it doesn't really matter as they're going to get pretty much a free touchdown off of that. Good throw and great catch. And Kent State will tie the game up. 1st and 10, motioning running back out. Dumps it off to him. Keon Mozzie getting a good spin move, actually, to make a guy somewhat miss. Enough to basically just gain positive yards out of the play, but not much else. Keon Mozzie, what a speed burst there, getting with 3rd and 3. Definitely not opposed to just running it back again. Can we move our tight end over? See if we can move somebody out. Motion him, and that's a great blocking. Great blocking for Keon Mozzie, and he's all the way down to midfield. That is a huge run from Keon Mozzie to get us to midfield. We'll go over to Kenny Tracy now. He's going to try to stiff arm his way forward. He gets about 2 yards out of it. 2nd down now and 8. Has a guy deep. Throwing it, and he overthrows Javon Tracy. He had him too, for sure. 3rd down and 8. Throwing it. Good catch, and a 1st down to Cade McDonald. So after the nice pickup, we'll be right back to a 1st down. And right back to the ground game for Keon Mozzie, trying to get to the outside, and a good tackle by the corner. 2nd down now and 7. Under pressure, and down he goes. Nobody open fast enough. And as we end the 1st quarter in a nice contested matchup, 7-7. But it's 3rd and 16. Not an ideal matchup. Gonna just try to lob that one off to Keon Mozzie. Tries to get what he can and gets us back to the 36. Definitely not an ideal field goal. Holy smokes. Kick is up, and it is not even remotely close. We should probably just go for it. Probably should just go for it. On those types of scenarios, when it's a 50-yard field goal, just don't have somebody for that. And that's a flag. It's going to be a hold. We'll take that. We absolutely love that. So it'll be 1st and 20 after the hold. Going with a fake jet touch, and down he goes on the sack for Brian Ugwu. Didn't even send pressure, but the play action for the jet pass was just enough for Brian Ugwu to get back there and get his team leading 7th sack. So 2nd and 27. Down he goes again, another sack. Nazir Washington is going to bring him down, and it's a 3rd and eternity. He's playing from the parking lot on this next snap. All right, well, 3rd and 33. And he's just going to dump it off for really not much, and it's going to be a 4th down. Punt is away. And Cam Perry, oh, so close. So back on offense for the Redhawks. Last drive kind of stalled out. Didn't really have much we could do on it. We'll go back to Keon Mozzie, gets a yard. 2nd down and 9. Throwing that one out to Keon Mozzie, who's going to get a huge catch, and he's down to the 29-yard line. Great play on the option route. Wonderful play set up as it's now 1st and goal. Trying to scroll out of the pocket. Nobody open. Great coverage. Just has to throw that one away. This is going to bring up a 2nd down and 10. Running it off. Keon Mozzie tries to spin up field. Gets 4 out of it. And it's going to be 3rd and 6. Throwing. Good open pass to Cade McDonald, who will get the 1st. Good job to block up the blitz and to just pick up enough yards to move the chains and keep us going into the red zone now. Keon Mozzie tries to spin up field, gets a yard. 2nd down and 9. Motioning a guy over, and Keon Mozzie's got enough room to build a house. That's a touchdown for the Redhawks as we're going up on the board again. His 13th touchdown rushing of the season. Good blocking from the big boys up front, giving Keon Mozzie more than enough room to put us back on top. So they're going a little bit heavier package here on the next drive, as that is a great open field tackle from Matt Slopek. I had a feeling they're just going to go no huddle still regardless. It's kind of unfortunate to bring out a heavy set because we have all these heavy linebackers out here. But theoretically, so do they with their heavy package. So Gavin Garcia going to get a nice gain, and he gets the first down. Going no huddle, just continuously going no huddle. Pretty much nothing but. As they throw that one, it is caught. Rayon Strader, good tackle, but they're not able to get there in enough time to be able to break up the pass. So instead, they're going to try to run the ball out. Gavin Garcia is going to get hit hard, but he gets a huge gain in a first down yet again. Really no answer currently. This Redhawks defense really doesn't know what they have to do to be able to stop this, as it's not going well. Matt Slopek, though, maybe he's the answer, as they're going to lose 3 yards. Can we keep the pressure coming? Sometimes we got to just go aggressive, and that is going to be incomplete. The pressure gets to them. Should allow us to be able to get into a different package and hopefully get enough pressure over here to force the incompletion or even get a sack. Under pressure, gets the first. Unreal throw and catch, just barely getting the first. So down to the 2-minute warning. Just dumping it off way back behind the line of scrimmage, and he loses 5 yards. Eli Blakey making a really, really good stop. Second down and 15 now. Throwing that one deep. It's deflected by Silas Walters and incomplete. 3rd and 15. Dropping back to pass. Throwing that one. It is going to be intercepted. Beautiful play from Caleb Tubbs. And he's got some speed out here trying to get a return, and he can't get it. But it's going to be out to the 25-yard line for the next possession, as Caleb Tubbs making a super clutch play. Yet another interception gathered in around the fringe red zone area. Just got to absolutely love it. Throwing the screen. And Keon Mozzie is going to find a way to weave back and forth and get about 5 yards out of it. Second down now and 5. Has a guy deep. Throwing that one. It is caught for a huge completion to Javon Tracy. Javon Tracy making an insane play. And it looks like we're going to have to be aggressive with the quick catch by Cade McDonald. We saw the pressure was going to come in quick. Couple seconds left, have to go quick. Second down and 4 situation. Throwing it, it is incomplete. Kind of a sketchy throw. Tried to give our guy a chance to make it, but instead we'll have to settle for the field goal, so kind of unfortunate. The kick for the 3 is up, and it is good. So we will take our points and go up by 10. Good job, Tom. We'll just squib this one to basically get out of the half, but we should have change the depths a little bit of those slants, and it probably would have worked a little bit better. But we go to the half. 17-7 is our score here in Oxford. Keon Mozzie having himself a nice day, and Brett Gabbert's actually doing pretty well as well. Same with the defense of the Redhawks. So we're underway here for the second half. We will receive the ball as Cam Perry is going to get a nice opportunity and gets out to about the 20-yard line. So a nice aerial and ground attack for the Redhawks, giving us a great opportunity to continue to put some more points up on this board. Looks like they're putting a little bit of pressure on here. Throwing it underneath. It is caught for Javon Tracy. We'll take that. We saw that the safeties were cheating up, so we wanted to audible into something a little more better for it. But wow, what a tackle by the linebacker. It was actually a defensive tackle. Beatty just made quite the play out there. And instead, back to the screen. Keon Mozzie, finding his blockers, gets the first. What an individual effort from him. Absolutely spectacular. As we're down to midfield in another first down. Kenny Tracy fighting for yards. He gets 4. The inside zone has been working brilliantly Keon Mozzie gets to about 3rd and inches. Motion the receiver over. Try to snap it in the middle of that, and he doesn't get the first. One of these ones we got to go for it. 4th and inches. Direct snap out to Keon Mozzie. Fights for the yards, gets the first down, and we're moving the chains. 1st and 10. Throwing it, and he's under pressure, and it's incomplete. We definitely had a guy open. We just couldn't get it to him in time. Keon Mozzie gets 3 yards. He's starting to get beat up a little bit. 3rd and 7. Throwing it. Good throw out to Cade McDonald, who's going to get his first touchdown of the season. What a throw on the great corner route from Cade McDonald. And we're going to push the lead even more. What a beautiful route from the senior Cade McDonald. Great pocket. Kept an extra person in to block so he'd have a better time to throw. And boy, did we ever. All right, 1st and 10 on the ground gain. Slow pick. Gets him for only 3. And again, this no huddle. I mean, goodness gracious. It is a non-stop, brutal attack on our defense. I mean, they got to be so gassed out there. Huge hit. Oh, my Lord, Eli Blakey. Eli Blakey just laid the lumber on this man. And going to be dropping back to pass. No one open. It's absolutely bagged. And it's going to be a punt. So the punt will be away. Are we going to get a little return here? Maybe. Not much, though. 1st and 10. Motioning the running back out a little bit to the side. Throwing in, and it's almost intercepted. What a great break on the ball. Rocco Nickel, what a great break on the ball. We didn't see him there and didn't think he was going to get there in time. We'll run up the middle for 4 yards. More or less just trying to make this thing manageable. Throwing it. And he doesn't attempt to catch it. Cade? I mean, this is open. Right here. This is open. We don't have a defender for a while. There's a window right here. And we let it rip. And it's decently accurate. Right in this hole that he could just turn around and sit in. But instead, I mean, he just decides it's better to let him nail him in the rear. Well, that sucks. I mean, that was a good, accurate throw. It was right where we want it. Good punt, though, down to the 9. I guess that's more or less one of the rare plays Cade McDonald makes that's not good. I guess. That's probably what you're going to chalk that up to. As that's a pretty good run. If I do say so myself. It's a pretty good run. And play action this time. Throwing this one deep. It is knocked incomplete. Good defense by Eli Blakey. Eli Blakey making a nice play. Going to be trying to just do the RPO. Great play to the tight end. Gets the first. Definitely a good play. As they're making it a little tough out here to be able to get much to go right for us. Throwing that to the flat and a good gain. Knocked down for a huge gain past midfield. This is not going as well as we wanted it to. I'll tell you that much. 1st and 10. They're definitely driving down the field. I don't like that. I don't want that to be what happens. Is it's deep and it's wide open and it's a touchdown. Nobody saw that one coming. Krishawn McCray gets a huge touchdown. Nobody near him. They're going to draw this to within 10 points. Everybody fell for the jet touch pass. As it's going to be blocked. The extra point is blocked. And it's actually not going to be 10 points. It's still 11. Apparently, we've been getting a lot better at blocking the extra points. As that one actually could be pretty decent. As that's a good return from Cam Perry. He's going down and he's at the 30. Down to the 20. To the 10. 5. Touchdown, Cam Perry. What a play from Cam Perry. The special teams electric right now. Gets the blocked extra point and then houses the kickoff. So unreal. An electric last like 30 seconds. Don't really even know what to say about it, but it's 31-13 now. All right, 1st and 10 back for Kent State again. Over the middle, he is going to be knocked down hard, but they gain a good 7 yards on the play. 2nd down and 3. runs up the middle, and he's smacked by Slowpeck. Third down, and he's got a great run. He has an excellent run, and it's a huge gain and a first down. That is not ideal. As the third quarter almost over, great open field tackle from Ty Wise. So Kent State driving, but at the end of 3 quarters, it's 31-13, Miami. Both teams throwing for exactly 224 yards so far in this game. It's kind of a wild stat. Throwing quick, knocked down hard, gains 4. Third down and 6. Drops back. Throws it quick. Wow, what a hit. He held on to that. I don't know how he held on to 2 hit sticks. But nonetheless, they'll have a chance to get 3 points. Kick is away. It's up. It's long enough, and it is drilled. So they'll get up to 16 on the board now. As Cam Perry back deep to return. We'll try another return for him here. And he is going to get out to the 18. Probably going to be one of those ones that we're going to need to take out Keon Mozzie, since he's been taking a beating pretty much this whole game. But Keon Mozzie gets another run up the middle, gets a huge gain, and he's up over 100 yards. I think that's when you take him out. So we'll put Keon Mozzie on the bench, let him recover a little bit from being our workhorse for a while. And that's a terrible throw, incomplete. Second down now and 10. Throwing that one, it's a perfect wide open throw. Javon Tracy is going to take this thing all the way to the end zone. Javon Tracy just beat the press by a mile. What a throw and what a catch and what a play. Boston the score open even more. We were waiting for Javon Tracy to start making plays consistently on this team. And what a dart from Brett Gabbert. So 38-16. I mean, this is crazy. This is probably the most complete game that we've played on both sides of the ball. Again, you have to take it with a grain of salt, because this is one of the worst teams that we've played so far. That is a great catch. Just an honestly really good catch. Second down and 2. Screen play. Out there. Can't get it. Ty Wise gets a nice stop. Ty Wise with the stop, bringing up 3rd and inches. Are they going to try to do something quick here? What a catch. Oh my gosh. Ty Wise was right there, and Sebastian Brown makes an insane grab. And 1st and 10. Throwing it into the flat. Gavin Garcia gets 8 yards and gets stood up by Rayon Strader. And a lot of pressure being sent at this quarterback right here, as that is going to be a first down. Silas Walters just not able to get there in time. And it's a 1st and 10 across midfield for Kent State. Throwing it underneath, and a huge hit from Michael Yarbrough. 2nd down and 1. Throwing it, caught, tight end, 1st down, down to the 24. And it's a 1st down throw. It is a touchdown. What a dart. Again, the same receiver getting a nice play. He beats Caleb Tubbs this time. 2-point conversion now. The attempt. Throwing it back corner. Wow, what a play. Had us looking silly out there. 38-24, 2-point conversion attempt. It's a 14-point game. Can we just pick it up and just sit down? Beautiful. We should be able to just run this clock out. So we'll take the knee and get the win. 38-24. Final score at home against Kent State. Big, big game in the MAC conference play to get us another MAC win. And Keon Mozzie having himself a nice day. But I'm really surprised Javon Tracy didn't have player of the game. Really, everybody's showing out today, though. Special teams showed out with a blocked kick and a kick return. Javon Tracy showed out with some nice plays. Really, everybody showed up, because Brett Gabbert, I think, had probably one of the best days of his season. 14 for 21, 293 yards and 2 touchdowns. No interceptions. Keon Mozzie, 18 for 101 and 2 touchdowns. Kenny Tracy even coming in there in the 4th quarter to have 8 rushes for 41. Keon Mozzie had 5 catches for 51 yards in the air, 5 for 81 for Cade McDonald, 3 for 130, and a touchdown for Javon Tracy. I guess Cade also had a touchdown. And another 10-sack game for Eli Blakey. He's been kind of underrated as one of the better players on this team. 2 TFLs for Matt Slopak, a sack for Nazir Washington and Brian Ugwu, interception for TJ Rush and Caleb Tubbs. So boys, Jalen Reshad commits to the program as he is that 90 speed run support safety. We love to see it. Tony Purdom is pretty close. We should commit him next week. I don't think Georgia's going to have enough to catch up, considering they didn't even put a visit in yet. And kind of the same here with Alani Arsua. I think we are in a pretty decent chance to get him, but North Carolina is going to make it definitely tough as we get to that week 14. So looking at recruiting, we're going to have some tough choices here. We already have George Estes as a quarterback we have signed. Currently, the only thing that we don't like about him right now is that his throw power is only 85. So we did find this guy named Tyler Toledo. He's got 95 throw power, 90 speed, 90 excel. He's got some decent accuracy attributes. Problem is he's an athletic scrambler, so sometimes they don't really progress that well. But maybe we find kind of a diamond in the rough, and we can kind of use a little bit of the two of these guys together. With Jalen Smith, the wide receiver, I feel like the move is to just drop him off the board. It's unfortunate because this is week 13, and it's our visit this week, so we'll be basically throwing away the 40 points for the visit, but I don't know. I don't think it's worth throwing another 50 points into the barrel there, because that amount of interest gained is with 50 points. And LSU is just passively mauling us. So I don't think there's really a chance. Even if we had an insane game, I think we'd just be getting to the commit stage and that's it. So I'm going to have to sadly take him off the board. Doing okay on Zach Scoble. We have a visit for this current week. Hopefully it's enough to push us far enough ahead that we can get him signed. But so now in the MAC conference, we are 4-2 in conference play, 5-5 on the season, and we still have yet to play Bowling Green later on in the season. So if we knock Bowling Green off, there's maybe a potential that we get into the MAC championship. I mean, I did not see that coming at all from a 2-5 start to the year. But we've now rattled off 3 consecutive victories, and we're heading into the last 2 games of the season. Well, I can say it's safe to say we've been pretty happy with what our progress has been over the last few weeks of the season. We've been winning games at a pretty decent clip and starting to get some players added to the lineup via the recruiting. So super happy with how our recruiting's been going. We have multiple 4-stars now locked up, and it's spread throughout the offense and the defense. And I'm happy that the players have been a good mix of offensive and defensive players. I'd be super pumped if we're able to get 2 wide receivers on here that are 4-stars. That'd be awesome. Finding ourselves a good quarterback to get them the ball is also going to be super clutch for us with our 6-year senior, Brett Gabbard, going to be leaving. And then defensively, we really just need all the help we can get. Our defense has not been good, and it's been very streaky. We have a few individual players on defense that have been making good plays for us, but in general, it hasn't been good. So getting some more of these 4-star players in here, people that are just going to be a little bit more consistent, will be nice. Because we shouldn't be allowing 20-some points a game in the MAC conference, because those teams just shouldn't be scoring that much. I have the feeling that once we start playing actually really good opponents, they're going to maul us. But we can't worry about that right now. We have to just worry about the schedule that is ahead of us, as we have Northern Illinois next, kind of ending the season with 2 of our more difficult opponents with Northern Illinois and Bowling Green. But we only need 1 win, and we immediately are bowl eligible, which really is a big turnaround from starting 2-5 to becoming bowl eligible. I was for a minute there not thinking it was going to be a possibility this year. And we went from being on the hot seat to now all of a sudden being safe. But I'm interested to know what guys you think on this team have been just the standout players for us. Javon Tracy really has been starting to become more and more of a workhorse in our offense. Brett Gabbard's been decently consistent as of the last couple weeks, and it's really been benefiting our offense. And when the passing game is good, it takes a lot of the work off of Keon Mozzie, so he doesn't have to carry the team so hard. But I hope you guys are enjoying the series so far. I definitely am. It's been a lot of fun. And we'll keep continuing next week against Northern Illinois. But until then, why don't you check out one of these videos?